What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Talkin Fruits with Jake. Hope we're all doing well. So, to start off, we had breaking news not too long ago. The Denver Nuggets have fired both head coach Michael Malone as well as general manager Calvin Booth. This is a shocking development. Nuggets right now are currently one of the top teams in the Western Conference. They came into yesterday as the 3 seed in the West. Right now, they are the 4 seed. They have fallen a game and a half behind the Lakers. So they are right now 47-32. So keep that in mind. There's only 3 games left in the regular season. The playoffs starting on next week. They are the 4 seed in the West. Only game and a half behind the Lakers for 3rd in the Western Conference. They won a championship 2 years ago. They have probably the best player on the NBA, Nikola Jokic, who has won the MVP 3 of the last 4 years. Might win a 4th in the last 5 and back-to-back this year. We'll get to my NBA award stuff in a little bit. And you fire your head coach and GM. I don't understand. I can understand you're like, all right, you win a championship, and then you lose them the second round last year. If you lose them the first or second round this year, right now it looks like you're going to play either the Clippers, Golden State, Minnesota, or Memphis in the first round. All those teams have the same record. Right now, it will be the Clippers, but we all know quite yet. If you lose in the first 2 rounds, again, this year, maybe look to make a change. You're thinking, okay, you got Jokic, and then, Jokic is still pretty much in his prime. You have Jamal Murray, you have Aaron Gordon, you have Michael Porter Jr., and last year, obviously, you lose to Minnesota in the second round, the series that you expected to win. And if this year, let's say you get past the Clippers or Golden State, and then you end up playing Oklahoma City. I mean, if you lose Oklahoma City in the second round, Oklahoma City is an amazing team. They're having one of the best regular seasons in the last 10 years. But maybe you look to move on. But why now? I don't understand. This makes no sense to me. No sense to me at all. And the GM, he's only been the GM for 2 years. He was promoted up for the 23 season when they won the championship. It's only his 3rd season. After the general manager of the Denver Nuggets, he was the assistant GM starting in 2020. He was assistant GM for a few years, then got promoted to GM when their GM left. I think he went to Minnesota. And he's been there now in his 3rd season. They have lost a couple of pieces since he took over. You lost Bruce Brown, who was a key role player on your championship team. Jeff Green was a role player you had on that team. You lose him. This past offseason, you lost Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, who was probably your top role player outside of, obviously, Jokic, Murray, and maybe Aaron Gordon. But, and they haven't really added anybody, probably because they haven't had the luxury tax space to do so. Obviously, you have Jokic on a max deal, Jamal Murray on a max deal. Aaron Gordon got a pretty big extension not too long ago. So there isn't a whole lot of money there. That's why you've drafted a bunch of guys in recent years, from Christian Braun to Julian Strawther to Peyton, whatever his name is. So that makes sense why they don't have the luxury tax money with the way the luxury tax rules are under the CBA that the league signed a couple of years ago. So I get maybe you want to move on from maybe you move on, but he's only been there 3 years. I don't know. Maybe if this team proves that they're not built for a deep playoff, you look at the Western Conference, it's really loaded this year. The Lakers, even with LeBron towards the end, you do have Luka Doncic. They should at least be relevant for as long as Luka is there. Houston's only going to get better. Oklahoma City's going to be here for a while. Golden State, at least next year, Golden State window is probably isn't too far open because of their age. But with Steph, you got Stephen Curry, you got Jimmy Butler, Draymond Green is still doing stuff on the defensive end. You got some other pieces there, Jonathan Kuminga. For at least the next couple of years, they'll be a good team. Minnesota's is only going to get better. So, the Spurs next year should be a lot better with a healthy Wembanyama and a healthy De'Aaron Fox and all those other pieces, Castle and Vassell, Kelvin Johnson. So, all right, championship run, it's gonna be really tough. Even if you get there, the Boston Celtics, if you're facing them, that's a tough matchup. But maybe the only team that could beat you in the Eastern Conference, but still. So again, all right, maybe you make a change. But I do it now. This is a team. It's lining up right now. In the first round, I think they would beat the Clippers in the first round. Against Golden State, that's a tougher series. They've been playing some great basketball. Yeah, that's a tougher series, but definitely very winnable, kind of a coin flip. Minnesota, a rematch from the conference semis last year. I would probably take them to win that series personally, though I'll be really close. Memphis, they would definitely win that series. They're another team that recently fired their coach for God knows what reason. So to do it now, and what you might have killed your playoff chances now, because if you keep Malone, I mean, I think depending on the matchups, I mean, Jokic is going crazy. Jamal Murray is a good player, but it can be inconsistent. It's a great defender, but not a huge threat on the offensive end. And Michael Porter Jr. is a good player, but again, a little inconsistent. Other than that, their bench is kind of thin. So I'm not sure if they're going on a championship run this year, but to do it now just makes absolutely no sense. It's just absolutely mind-blowing as to why you would do this right now. I simply just do not understand. Final Four of the National Championship have happened over the last couple of days. The Final Four was on Saturday. You had, of course, the 4-1 seed. Florida beats Auburn 79-73. Great game. Walter Clayton, 34 points for him. He had back-to-back 30-point games in the Final Four. Guys have an incredible tournament. Florida wins. And number 1 Houston beats number 1 Duke. 70-67 Duke. And Cooper Flag go down. Complete choke job from the Blue Devils. They're up by 9. With just over 2 minutes to go. Houston goes on a 15-3 run in the last 2 minutes and 5 seconds to steal it. 70-67. What a comeback for Houston. And the national championship last night, Florida beats Houston 65-63. Great back-and-forth game. Florida takes a late lead by 2. Late in that game, Houston on that final possession, you had like 10 seconds. And couldn't even get a shot off. Get the ball stolen from... The guy went up and down, lost the ball. He couldn't touch it because it was a double dribble, and then the ball just was basically a loose ball, and then the clock runs out. A brutal final possession for Houston. Florida wins their first national championship on the basketball side since 2007. Todd Golden's one of the youngest coaches of, I think, to win the national championship. Houston, heartbreak again every year. It seems like they're a 1 seed and they come up a little short. Obviously, even during 5 Slam Jam with Hakeem Olajuwon and company, they couldn't get it done. And once again, they come up just short. A tough break for them. But Florida Gators are your national champions. And with that, last thing I'm going to cover today is I'm going to do my NBA awards picks. These are my NBA awards this year. For MVP, I'm going to go off Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. I thought he should have edged out Nikola Jokic last year. They gave it to Jokic. I thought it should have been Shai last year. I do think he gets it this year. Jokic has been incredible. He's averaging a triple-double. He's averaging 30, 12, and 10. Shooting 57% from the field, 41 from 3, and 80 from the line. That's absolutely absurd for a 7-footer. That being said, Shai, to me, is truly the most valuable player. He's averaging 32, 5, and 6, shooting 51, almost 52 from the field, 37 from 3, and 90% from the line. Almost 50-40, 90 for him. The guy's just incredible. He's also been impactful on the defensive end as well, leading the Oklahoma City Thunder to one of the best regular seasons in NBA history. Right now, 64-14. I think he should be the MVP this year. Again, I thought he should have won it last year. Shai is an incredible player. I don't like the whole, the foul betting claims. Yes, he goes to the line a lot. But first of all, he's an excellent free throw shooter, probably the best in the league. He's for his career, shoots 86.2%, shooting 90% from the line this year. And the guys have been absolutely berserk this year. He should be the most valuable player this year. As for the defensive player of the year, I'm going to go with Evan Mobley. I know Draymond is the favorite right now. I think it should be Evan Mobley personally. That guy's a lockdown defender. His offensive game hasn't really come along the way that the Cavs thought it would, but he's a lockdown defender, and I think he should be the defensive player of the year. As for the sixth man of the year, I'm going to go with Ty Jerome. This year, he's averaging 12 points a game, shooting 51 from the field, 42 from 3, almost 87% from the line. A big jump for Ty Jerome, a guy who's kind of bounced around the league for a while. You could argue he should be the most improved player in the league. He's only averaged 10 points or more a game. One student's career that was in 2021 with the Oklahoma City Thunder. He averaged last year only played 2 games. We're getting hurt. Outside the 10.7 points a game season with the Thunder in 21. Never averaged more than 7, which is 22 with the Thunder. So he should be most improved player. I'll say he's 6th man of the year. Mainly because I think the most improved player should be Dyson Daniels. He was a high pick by the Pelicans a few years ago. Never really worked out being the 8th pick, but goes over to the Hawks in the Dejounte Murray trade, and he's had a breakout season. This year he's averaging 14 points a game, shooting 34% from beyond the 3-point line, 49 from the field. He's also averaging 3 steals a game. He's one of the best defensive guards in the league. He should be in the defensive player of the year conversation, probably. But he is at a breakout year. His first 2 years in the league, he averaged just 3 points a game in his rookie season. Shot only 31% from 3 and 41 from the field. Last year, just under 6 points a game. Shot just 31% from 3, 44% from the line, from the field rather. And he has not been a good free throw shooter ever in his career, only shooting just under 60% from the line this year. And it's only 61% for his career. But other than that, this year he's averaging 14 points a game this season. And he's also averaging 4 assists. And shot the ball a lot better. Almost 34% from 3, 49% from the field, and averaging 3 steals a game as well. To me, he should be the most improved player in the NBA. As for my rookie of the year, I'm going to go with Khalil. I was going to go Khalil Ware. Actually, yeah, I'm going to go Khalil Ware. Between him and Stephon Castle, I'm going to give the edge to Khalil Ware. He's averaging 9 points and 7 rebounds this year, shooting 55% from the field and 32% from 3. Only 68 from the line, but he's had a good year with the Miami Heat. He was a first-round pick. Pick probably should have been Jared McCain, but I think they is going to work out. He's a solid young big, only 20 years old. He's had a good season for the Miami Heat, averaging over a block a game as well. He's been impactful on the defensive end. Castle's had a good year. He's averaging 14 points a game, 42 from field, only 28% from 3, 72 from the line. I think Khalil has been a little more impactful. I'll go with him for rookie of the year over Stephon Castle. As for my coach of the year, I'm going to go with JB Bickerstaff. For the whole year, I was thinking Kenny Atkinson for the Cavs. I think he's a really good coach, and I'm glad that they hired him. He's an underrated coach to me. But the Cavs were a team that was good last year. He did make it a lot better. But JB Bickerstaff took a team that was dead in the water. It's been one of the worst teams ever over the last couple of years and turned them into a playoff team. I thought he was wrongfully fired by Cleveland last year. He's a solid coach. He's taken the Pistons to the playoffs this year. That's an incredible feat. I think he should be the coach of the year. That's all I got for you guys today. Come in to my stream tomorrow. We got a Talk with Jake live stream. We are back. We did one in towards the beginning of this season. I believe it was back in September or so, something like that. There will be some friends there with me. We're going to do a mock draft live. It's a live stream. Get excited. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to be live tomorrow around 5:30 Eastern time. So a little bit later. And then probably the next day or two, I will post like some highlights from it, like I did last time as well. So stay tuned for that. It's going to be a lot of fun. Until next time, so long. Have a great day.